the watcher in the window. Sarah Thompson had always been a light sleeper, but lately, even the faintest sounds jolted her awake. She'd moved to this quaint neighborhood in suburban Boston just 3 months ago, hoping for a fresh start after her divorce. The charming 2-story colonial house on Maple Street seemed perfect until the nightmares began. It started with a feeling of being watched. Sarah would often catch herself glancing out the windows, expecting to see someone staring back. But the tree-lined street was always empty, save for the occasional passing car or dog walker. One chilly October morning, Sarah's trembling hands fumbled with the curtains. She took a deep breath, steeling herself before pulling them open. Her heart nearly stopped. There, across the street, stood an elderly man in a black coat. His gaunt face was turned towards her window, eyes fixed on her home. Sarah blinked and he was gone. She shook her head, convincing herself it was just her imagination playing tricks. But as the days passed, the man in black appeared with unsettling regularity. Always in the same spot, always staring. By the third day, Sarah was a wreck. Dark circles rimmed her eyes, and her normally neat auburn hair hung in limp strands. She hadn't slept more than a few hours, jumping at every creak and groan of the old house. Unable to bear it any longer, Sarah called her friend, Mike Anderson. They'd known each other since college, and his calm demeanor had always been a source of comfort. "Mike, I need your help," Sarah's voice quavered over the phone. There's someone watching my house, an old man in black. He's there every day, just staring." Mike's concern was evident in his voice. "Have you called the police?" "No, I'm not even sure if he's real. What if they think I'm crazy?" "I'll come over right now," Mike assured her. "We'll figure this out together." Sarah paced nervously until Mike's blue sedan pulled up. She practically yanked him inside, her eyes darting to the windows. "He's there now," she whispered, pointing to the corner across the street. "Can you see him?" Mike peered out, his brow furrowed. "Sarah, there's no one there." "What? No, he's right there, in the black coat." Mike's face softened with worry. "Let's go outside. I'll show you there's nothing to be afraid of." Reluctantly, Sarah followed him out. The crisp autumn air bit at her skin as they crossed the street. Mike gestured to the empty corner. "See? There's no one here." Sarah's eyes widened in disbelief. But I saw him. He was right here." Mike gently took her arm. "Come on, let's go back inside. You're exhausted. Maybe you just need some rest." As they turned back to the house, Sarah froze. There, in her bedroom window on the second floor, was a face. The old man in black, staring down at them. "Mike!" she screamed, pointing frantically. "Look, he's in my house." Mike's head snapped up, his face draining of color. Without a word, he grabbed Sarah's hand and ran, pulling her away from the house. They didn't stop until they reached Mike's car, both panting heavily. You saw him?" Sarah gasped. Mike nodded, his eyes wide with fear. "We need to call the police. Now." The next few hours passed in a blur. Police cars swarmed Maple Street, their flashing lights painting the neighborhood in surreal hues of red and blue. Officers combed through Sarah's house, searching every room, closet, and crawl space. But they found nothing. No sign of forced entry, no evidence of an intruder. The bedroom window was locked from the inside. As the police wrapped up their investigation, Sarah overheard 2 officers talking in hushed tones. "Poor woman's probably just stressed. These old houses play tricks on you." "Yeah, and did you see how jumpy her friend was? Probably just feeding into each other's paranoia." Sarah felt a wave of despair wash over her. They didn't believe her. Even Mike was starting to look doubtful. casting concerned glances her way. That night, Sarah refused to stay in the house. Mike offered his guest room, and she gratefully accepted. But sleep eluded her, every shadow seeming to hide a watching figure. The next morning, Sarah steeled herself to return home and pack some clothes. Mike insisted on accompanying her, his protective instincts on high alert. As they approached the house, Sarah's steps faltered. Something felt different, wrong. The curtains in her bedroom window were drawn shut, even though she distinctly remembered leaving them open. Mike noticed her hesitation. "What is it?" "The curtains," Sarah whispered. "I didn't close them." They entered cautiously, Mike leading the way. The house was silent, but Sarah could swear she felt a presence, like eyes boring into her back. In the bedroom, Sarah's trembling hands reached for the curtains. She took a deep breath, counting to 3 before yanking them open. The scream caught in her throat. There, on the other side of the glass, was the old man in black. His withered face was inches from the window, eyes sunken and lifeless. But it wasn't his appearance that made Sarah's blood run cold. It was the realization that she was looking at a reflection. The old man was inside the room with them. Mike's shout of terror confirmed he saw it too. They bolted from the room, stumbling down the stairs and out of the house. They didn't stop running until they reached Mike's car, peeling away from Maple Street as fast as the vehicle would allow. Sarah never returned to that house. She left everything behind, unable to face the horror that had taken residence in her home. Mike helped her find a small apartment in a different city, far from the memories of Maple Street. Months passed, and Sarah slowly began to rebuild her life. The nightmares faded, replaced by peaceful nights and quiet days. She made new friends, found a job she enjoyed, and even started dating again. But sometimes, on dark nights when the wind whispered through the trees, Sarah would catch a glimpse of movement in her peripheral vision. A flicker of a black coat, a flash of a gaunt face in a window reflection, and she would wonder if she had ever truly escaped, or if the watcher had simply followed her to her new home, waiting patiently for the right moment to reveal itself once more. Sarah never spoke of these moments, not even to her therapist. Some truths, she decided, were better left unspoken. Some horrors were best left in the shadows, where they couldn't be questioned or explained away. But she never again took for granted the safety of her own reflection, always half expecting to see those sunken eyes staring back at her from the other side of the glass.